Hello and welcome back to Matt's Mission Marine, your home for my take on boats, waterways, and conversations along the way. We have to say thank you to all the subscribers and to everyone that's watching our content we're putting out. If you haven't subscribed, please take a minute to do that now. Make sure that you not only subscribe, but you ring the bell, get all the notifications so that you don't miss any content going forward. We're going to do a countdown here in the month of December with my 5 favorite videos. So let's strap on those life vests and let's get going. Today guys, we're on number 3 out of my favorite 5 videos. This one's going to be Mission 10, Shore by 4x4. In this video, we went out and we showed you how to properly drive your 4x4 vehicle on the beach. I found this to be one of my more educational videos and it turned out really well. So we're going to go ahead and play that video now for you. Hello and welcome to Matt's Mission Marine, your home for my take on boats, waterways, and awesome conversations along the way. Today, we're on the ferry from Southport, North Carolina over to Fort Fisher, where we're going to head up to Curry Beach and we're going to go driving down the beach. We're going to show you guys everything you need to do to make sure you're prepared for a great day out on the beach if you're deciding to take your vehicle with you. So let's strap on those life vests and let's get going. Welcome back. We're here at Curry Beach, North Carolina, getting ready to head out on the beach. A few things I want to talk about real quick before we head out on the beach is, first thing is you want to make sure you have a great four-wheel drive vehicle, which we're going to talk about the vehicle we're taking out in just a minute. One of the things you do want to do, which I just did it here at Curry Beach, is you want to go up to the park office or go online if that's an option to make sure you get your pass for the beach for today. Here at Curry Beach, which is at Fort Fisher, North Carolina, it's $30 a day, so just be prepared to pay that. That's about normal wherever you go. I know if you go up in North Carolina to the Outer Banks, it's $50 a week. So some places are $25 a day, some are $30 a day, some you pay about a week. So the vehicle we have today, we do have our Jeep Grand Cherokee that we're going to be taking out today. This is the Overland Edition. It's got some additional tricks to it. It's got an actual transfer case, so it's got a real four-wheel drive load, which I will be using four-wheel drive load today out on the beach. The other thing that this vehicle have as well is that you can adjust the height on it. So right now it's sitting as low as it'll sit. However, I can jack it up an additional 3 inches with the suspension that it has. Another thing you want to do is go ahead and air down your tires. And I'll go ahead and show you right now. Pretty simple. Air gauge. It's got a little thing on the back for letting air out of your tires, and you just want to air them down. I would say to about 20 psi. Some people go down to 15. 20 usually works pretty good for us. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today before we get started. The reason that you want to air down your tires is when you take a little bit of air out of the tire, it flats them out a little more. You see we got pretty wide tires on here. I actually went one size wider when I bought these tires. They're about 9.5 inches wide. But whenever you let the air out, that actually allows the tire to settle down and become just a little bit wider. It gives you a little more traction down in the sand. So when we're letting the air out of our tires, like I said, I do have the air gauge here. This is just a simple slime one, bought it from Walmart. You can get it from any auto parts store, Walmart, anything like that. Like I said, ours does have the little nipple in the back, makes it really easy to let the air out. Inside of our vehicle, it does tell us the air pressure. It's pretty accurate, so what I usually do is while I'm letting the air out of the tires, my wife usually just tells me when it gets down to about the pressure we want, and then I double check it with the gauge just to make sure it's where I want it to be. Now, additional thing that you can do when you're letting air out of your tires, you can go to an off-road store or you can go online. They actually make air pressure valves that you can set on what you want air pressure to be. So if you want to go from say 35 psi PSI down to 20 PSI. You can set it at 20 PSI and it'll let it out automatically down to 20 PSI, and that makes it really easy to do. I just haven't had the opportunity to get one of those yet, so I'm just using a basic regular air pressure guide here. Like I said, you know, good four-wheel drive vehicle. Make sure you purchase your pass for the beach. You don't want to go out there and get a fine. The other thing too is make sure you read. They usually give you rules and regulations of the beach. It'll tell you the areas of the beach to stay away from. For example, you don't want to get too close to the water, saying it's really soft down there. You don't want to get sink down and get stuck and then have a majorly bad situation. You don't want to drive up on the dunes or in the really soft sand that's up there close to the dunes. You want to stay pretty much in where the sand is already packed down and kind of in the grooves, and just kind of stay where everyone else stays, and that way we're not messing up the beach. We're keeping it nice, and we can continue to use the beach for years to come. Alright, so I've already let the air out of the tires, so I am pretty much good to go here as far as going on the beach. Two things you want to bring with you anytime you want to drive on the beach. I've got my tow strap here. It's a really nice tow strap. I think it's either 25 or 30 feet long. Yeah, it's 30 foot long, 6,000 pound capacity, so more than enough capacity for us. The other thing you want to make sure you have when you get ready to drive on the beach is a way to put air back in your tires, because you don't want to go driving around on 20 PSI or 15 PSI. Luckily here, there's a gas station right down the road. It's a Sunoco. They have a place that you can go and re-inflate your tires for fairly cheap. I also carry a pump with us. It's a cigarette lighter pump, just plugs right in. I can use that to air the tires back up if I have to. That's more of an emergency pump. I'd rather go to the gas station and fill my tires up there, because that pump's going to work a lot quicker than one I have. However, the one I have will get the job done. If I go down to the gas station and their pump's broken or there's a long line or anything like that, I can re-inflate my tires myself. The other thing that I want to show you too is not only to have a tow rope, but you need to have somewhere to connect your rope to your vehicle. So I'll usually just have my hitch on here. Gives a good tow point on the rear. We're going to walk around here to the front. On our Jeep here, we do have the nice tow hooks here on the front that we can hook to. There's one on either side, and they're bolted straight to the frame. That way, you know, we got some good tow points at either the front or the rear. And if the case comes where we do get stuck, or if we get to the point where, you know, we've come across someone else that's gotten stuck or in trouble, we can help them out as well.
Turn us on sand mode.
Yep, so what I've done is, in our vehicle here, we do have sand mode. I've also got us in full drive low, and I have this up in the off-road position, which jacks this vehicle up about 2.5 to 3 inches. And that's just to make sure we have plenty of ground clearance, and also the full drive low allows us to make sure that we have plenty of torque to make sure we can keep the wheels going at all times. Also, it takes a lot of pressure off your transmission by having that extra torque. So I was saying earlier, we'll make sure you kind of stay in the grooves here, stay where the sand's already packed down by other vehicles, make it a lot easier to drive along and out onto the beach. They do have a speed limit out here. You see it up there, it's 15 miles per hour. You do want to, take your time, go slow. However, you don't want to go too slow, because momentum could be your friend as well, especially getting through the soft stuff, actually heading out onto the beach.
there anything special to know when you encounter water like this?
Make sure it's not too deep. I can kind of see that there, that it wasn't very deep at all, and I can see where previous people had driven through it, so I wasn't real worried about it. I've got another truck behind us that's lifted, jacked up, great big huge four-wheel drive tires on it. We got a spot here. It looks like it could be a little more deep, so I'm going to go all the way over here to the edge. I don't know how deep that is, and so I'm gonna stay as far around it as possible so I don't get down to anything that could get us into any kind of trouble. Like I said, I got a truck behind me, jacked up, great big huge tires on it, and they did the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of rough through here. Bumpy anyway, but definitely something that our vehicle can handle quite well. Alright, and we have made it from the access point out onto the beach, and we're going to drive down here and try to find us a good spot to set up for today.
So Matt, maybe you can share with us some good pointers or rule of thumb once you're out on the beach of where to drive, how to drive.
So yeah, absolutely. Once you're out on the beach like this, you kind of want to follow the similar rules of the road. Stay to the right, stay in your own lane. You can see where the other vehicles are driven, so you got nice packed down sand. I would definitely say this. I wouldn't want to get over there into the real soft stuff.
Bigger chance of getting stuck?
Bigger chance of getting stuck. You don't want to take any risk of damaging the dunes over there.
Definitely important to protect our outdoors and our environment so that we can keep using it.
That's right. Another thing you'll notice too is you got people parked over here on the left. They're all parked, pretty much facing the same direction. But they're also plenty of distance away from the water so that when the tide comes up, it won't damage their vehicles or cause them to get stuck. If you do park and you notice the tide's coming up closer and closer to your vehicle, you may want to get out and move it.
You want to try to go down pretty far?
Yeah, we're going to drive on down here and
just explore,
just
and then maybe wait for our way
check
back.
it out, and then we'll work our way back and find what looks like to be appears to be a good spot to stop.
So what should you do if you feel like you're starting to get stuck or you're starting to spin your tires or something like that? What do you do?
As long as you're moving, I would say to stay in it and work your way through it. If you get to a point where you actually stop, I would try to back out, straight back out of where you are. If you actually get stuck and you can't get out, that would be a good reason to have a secondary vehicle with you, so you have someone that you know and can pull you out of that situation. Comes back into why you need a good, strong, long tow rope, because you want the tow rope to be long enough to get the vehicle that's going to be towing you out of where you're stuck. They can get into some better sand or better grip. Sometimes you may need to put two tow ropes together to make it long enough to get to that point. That brings us back to the vehicle that we have here. We have a Grand Cherokee. It's a light vehicle. It's not overly heavy. And another nice thing about SUVs is that they're well balanced. The pickup truck, you got most of your weight in the front. Pickup trucks don't really do that bad on the beach. They do great, but SUVs do seem to be a little better balanced and do a little bit better. I've driven both on the beach, and like I said, you can definitely do it with either one. I just like the Jeep a little bit better than most of the vehicles I've had. to our spot here on the beach. I'm going to circle around here and show you in just a minute here. So we got the Jeep here. You can see we got it jacked up a little more than it was earlier. Did just fine. We didn't have to worry about ground clearance or anything like that. The tires did really well with them being aired down a bit. And so we're going to get set up and enjoy our day out here on the beach. We've really had a great day out here on the beach. We're able to bring the Jeep out, have a safe day, a fun day. We got the family out here today. We really enjoyed ourselves. Please, if you will, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the bell, select all, so you don't miss any of this great content coming forward. I hope to see you soon on the water. Thank you for joining us on my favorite 5 countdown. Until next time, stay safe out there on the water, and I'll be seeing you soon.